Hey, so I'm here to give you some quick tips for how to use Google Forms for some formative assessments within your lessons, and I'll go over some examples and post some assignments to Classroom so you can learn how to do it. So I've got a couple forms that I can show you as examples. So the first one that I use every day is a check-in that I use for attendance in my classes, where I just ask students how their name, how they're doing, and then any kind of specific questions that I have. This is from my freshman seminar classes where I've been asking them to blog about their online learning experience. So a lot of times in the check-in, I ask them some different questions about how their online learning is going. So if you have a formative assessment like our check-in that you want to use, post it in Classroom as an assignment, and that way you can give feedback to students as a comment. So I'm creating an assignment, and whenever I create an assignment, I make a topic for it, and I usually base my topic on days. So I'm going to create a topic that says 04/15, that's today's date, webinar materials. So all the day's materials for that one lesson are going to be within that same topic. I'll make it ungraded, and then I'll call this my check-in survey. Please fill this out to let me know how you are doing and as your attendance. And then I'll add the Google form. And so the important thing about making it an assignment is that when you make it an assignment, you can give students comments. So if they say something in the Q&A that you want to give them as feedback, once I press assign, you'll be able to leave feedback for them within that assignment and also grade them on it if you want. So the other cool thing that I've been doing with Google Forms is taking questions from students and providing answers to them in video form. So in a lot of lessons, if something is unclear to students, they can ask me over email, but I also want them to ask me in a Google form so that I can organize those questions and respond to them for the class in a video. So I have this Google form where I just ask students what their question is, and I have one of these for every lesson. So every lesson I make a copy of it. Under the three-dot button, you can go to make a copy and make a new one for the next lesson. And I just have them ask me a question about the lesson or about anything. And then I'm going to try to respond to that question in a screencasting video. So I take the best questions from there, I put them in a spreadsheet so that I can see all of them at once. And then I take the best ones, I copy them out of the spreadsheet and put them in this Google Doc. And in this Google Doc, I just have the question there once it loads, um, where I can put a link to a video that I can make that answers the question. So it's a really great way to try to get some questions and answers and a way to give students feedback, because when we're distance learning, it's really hard for students just to raise their hand and ask a question, but it can be a really great way to kind of get a conversation going or answer questions that a lot of students have. So I'll post this link within the assignment for the Q&A so that students can check in on which questions are the best ones. So when I create an assignment for this Q&A, I'll call this one 04/15 lesson Q&A, and watch videos that answer the best questions here. And I can either post this link as a shareable link. I usually do that not to confuse students, because if I post it as an attachment, they get confused and think it's supposed to be work for them to do. So a lot of times I'll just post it within the description and then add that Google form to it, so they can open up that Google Doc to see the videos, and then they can ask me a question within this Google form. So I'll make this ungraded, and I'll make it have no due date, but I'll make sure the topic is, again, webinar materials, and then assign it. So the things to take away is that build your Google Forms around an assignment in Classroom. That way you can give them feedback. So now if I open this up and I press view assignment, then I can give each student a comment. When I click on their names, I can add a comment about their grade or some kind of feedback that I want to give them, and that's the easiest way to give them that feedback. So I'll stop in this video and come back with the next one about Google Slides. That's going to be a bigger topic, so I'll make a couple of videos for that. Bye-bye.